become leader in the world and bring out technologies which would help the whole world to live much better. Thank you very much, and I wish this particular conference and workshop great success, and I'm sure every one of you will have something to take it from, and also take some time to just go around the campus. It's a beautiful campus, one of the most modern campuses in the country, and also most modern in terms of all technologies. For example, this is possibly the only campus where you will see an autonomous vehicle, a driverless vehicle, going from the main entrance up to the hostels every day, from morning to evening. Every half an hour it keeps on making rounds. And we have, from August 2023, last 2 years, we have run it 25,000 kilometers. 30,000 passengers have traveled without a single accident. For information, it goes on the same roads on where we drive our vehicles to. A lot for you to learn. Autonomous navigation, 5G, 6G is another area where we are very strong on. Healthcare, where again AI plays a very significant role. So there also IIT Hyderabad is very strong at. And anything about advanced materials that you talk about, IIT Hyderabad is very, very strong at all these areas. So take time, go around a little bit and see how we can learn from each other and collaborate with each other. I'm a strong believer that collaborations bring a lot of synergy and make 1 + 1 significantly greater than 2. And
USD 17 billion by 2027. %33. Also, last one is in Paris, where we are the co-chair right now. It's in India and we are chairing this. So now coming on to the particular working group, I welcome including Chief Secretary, Honorable Chief Secretary of Maharashtra, Shri Rajesh Aggarwal ji, His Excellency Thomas Schneider from Switzerland. So he flew from Switzerland even today morning. Director, Professor B.S. Murty, Director, IIT Hyderabad. So we welcome you all along with the esteemed colleagues and partners in this working group on inclusion for social empowerment. So this is the gathering where the ignited minds are coming to discuss on this issue. Along with it is a hope, innovation and unwavering commitment to ensure that no one is left behind. So it's not only technology, it's also a matter of social empowerment wherein nobody is left behind. So as we convene today, I'm extremely excited to share that India is set to host the upcoming AI Impact Summit in February 2026 at Bharat Mandapam in New Delhi. The landmark summit focusing on the impact of AI, especially on people, planet, and progress. So these are mantras of the Impact Summit. There are 7 chakras. We identified 7 verticals on AI wherein to progress, and these 7: human capital, inclusion for social empowerment, safe and trusted AI, resilience, innovation and efficiency. Science is one vertical, sir. Democratizing AI resources and economic growth and social goods. So these 7 verticals we have chosen, and a working group is being formed wherein interactive sessions and discussions are going on so as to recommend the policies we are going to adopt so as to grow India as a superpower in AI, as well as the common target is that nobody is left behind, which is on the last miles of the society. Now, today's working group on inclusion for social empowerment represents one of these critical chakras, underscoring how inclusive development is to take place in our global AI agenda. So, this working group, in this working group, we have called various perspectives, not only from India, but from Switzerland, from Nigeria, and from the entire global south, so as to bring the inclusiveness. We will explore how fragmented development efforts can be transformed into scalable, replicable solutions. Also, most importantly, we will chart pathways to ensure that AI technology actively accommodate the diverse needs and experiences of all users, particularly those from the global south and also those who are the underserved communities in these regions. So our objectives are clear: to identify and promote the best global practices in AI, facilitate cooperation for scalable innovation, and support AI literacy efforts that empower both users and service providers. So these are the broad objectives of these working group. Also, our vision extends far behind these objectives. We envision an AI-enabled future where participation is universal, opportunities are expanded, and human potential is truly unleashed for all. So it's basically the Impact Summit is AI for all, wherein the inclusiveness and the technology reaches to the last mile connectivity. So as we embark on this crucial dialogue, let us remember that inclusive AI for social empowerment is not just a technological imperative, it is a moral duty of us. It is about building a future where innovation serves humanity in its entirely, where technology becomes the great equalizer, and where progress means progress for all. So with these mantra and with these vision and mission, let us welcome to initiate the proceedings of this working group, and I welcome you all IIT Hyderabad for convening as a precursor of the AI Impact Summit this event, wherein the technology showcase as well as the inclusiveness for all is being discussed. Initiate the proceedings. Let us initiate. Thanks. Thanks so much.
Thank you for providing us valuable insights into the India AI mission and setting a clear direction for today's discussions.
Today's event were a journey. The plenary talk would be our vantage point, allowing us to see the landscape more clearly. It offers a space to connect ideas, reflect on progress, and envision what lies ahead.
We are pleased to invite Mr. Rajesh Aggarwal, Chief Secretary, Government of Maharashtra, the senior most civil servant of the state, who plays a pivotal role in policy coordination, administrative leadership, and effective implementation of government initiatives. We invite him to kindly come forward and address the gathering.
Good morning, everyone. Director IIT, Ambassador Thomas from Switzerland, faculty members, students. For me, coming to any IIT is like homecoming. I was a student of science from 83 to 87. In 87, especially for the students who are present here, very few would be knowing that AI, the term artificial intelligence, was coined way back in 1956. The language which is still in use today, Lisp, was the second which at the time compute and storage and the whole ecosystem was not there. First winter, the AI went into first winter. So when I was there in IIT doing a project on AI in 87, so in 80s the first winter had ended and expert systems, some specialized travel systems, health systems, they had started coming up. People had started using languages like Prolog and Prolog. But again, after 80s, again we had second winter of artificial intelligence. With few researchers kept some basic work going on in this field. But it was only when internet really came into existence, YouTube came, a lot of images and videos started coming up, a lot of textual data started coming up across the world, getting stored in the internet, voice in a sense. Around 2009-10, ImageNet, AlexNet. So basically these and the famous story of basically the algorithm saying that this YouTube video has videos of cats without knowing what is a cat. So that is when it caught public imagination. In India, our internet story really, mobiles had come in early 2000s, but our internet story happened after 2014-15 when we had almost 5,000 rupees smartphones from Xiaomi and Xiaomi, etc. and cheap data from Jio. So then our internet story in our country also. It's only recently in last 4-5 years that large language models, texting or chatting with these models in plain English or your own language. That has got public imagination, and now everyone is talking of AI. So now it seems that there will be no winter for AI, and it will be only exponential growth of AI. So it's high time that our country also gets into this act. We were late in introduction of PCs, we were late in introduction of mobiles, we were late in introduction of internet in the country. So it's high time that we don't miss the AI. And it seems that we are on the right track. Though at the moment we don't really have sovereign LLM models, but I think next 2 months, that winter for us will also be over for not having our own sovereign LLM. So that said, this summit which is coming up in February, AI Impact Summit. So we have all part of number of series of events prior to that main event, in which who's who of the internet world and the AI world will be there in Delhi. A lot of heads of countries will be there in Delhi. So that way, India will become a talking point across the globe for that week at least on what is happening here. So as Mr. Srivastava was saying, there are 7 verticals. So about 4 or 5 months back, I was Secretary Disabilities in Government of India. So that's why they put me as head of this vertical along with the 2 co-chairs. So Mr. Thomas has been extremely active in that group, and about 20 other countries and international organizations have been active in that group discussion on use of AI for social empowerment. I will come back to that. 3-4 days back, I was in the IIT Mumbai, similar gathering, but that vertical was AI for science. I think that's what attracts more than the idea of social empowerment that I have. So I talked about life is basically hydrocarbons, various combos of CH2 molecules, and your director is working on molecules to produce better steel. Someone is working with AI to produce better pharma, so better chemicals, better physics, discovery of mathematics, conjectures and lemmas and theorems and so on. So a lot of things are happening on the science front. But ultimately, when we talk of social empowerment, so all of us are human beings. We are all very different from one another. So some are born in poor families. For many, the parents are power, maybe. Some come from villages, some come from bigger metro towns, etc. So the use of AI and the design of AI, that to the extent possible should help everyone. It's very easy to say that we should design technology which reduces inequality. But till now, the experience has been that it increases inequality. It makes the poor poorer, but relatively. Even the poor man of today is probably enjoying a better life than a king of 200 years ago. The king 200 years ago did not have electricity. And the poorest of the poor have electricity. That way, the lifestyle of a, let us say, person at 5th percentile in society might be better than lifestyle in a sense of material comforts of 95th percentile person, maybe even 50 years ago. That said, we have to work with AI in a sense that it helps everyone at least. Usually if I have to speak for about 10 minutes or so, I speak from the heart. If it's slightly longer, do consult some bullet points. When we talk of infra, we talk of many kind of infra. So since last month, daily posting. I was talking to Shailesh who is the Dean of Jio University. So Mumbai, Navi Mumbai, that area is as a city. So we have coastal road, we have bridges, we have practically new cities coming up. So country was lagging in these. We always said that other countries have better airports, better roads, better sewage systems than us. So as a country, we are catching up on that, but not in very spread out way, but certain cities are catching up. But there is one thing, luckily, where we are even ahead of many other countries. That is digital public. So we had Aadhaar systems. All of us basically use Aadhaar very subconsciously in a number of ways, which actually helps us. When COVID stuff us got, basically the COVID certificates, free injections from the government, vaccine development was very fast. But the COVID certificates we got were really digital. Even in US, they were giving yellow handwritten certificates. Now we have Digi Yatra, you don't show your even boarding pass, you just walk across till the basically last counter. We have UPI, so now I actually don't carry my wallet since at least 2-3 years because the phone is good enough to scan any QR code and make any payment, even 5 rupees payment anywhere. So digital public infrastructure wise we have got. So now the need is to add a AI layer to all our IT systems. So we have been IT system providers to the world. We don't have real users of blockchain here, but 40-50% of blockchain coders across the world are Indians. A lot of foreign companies are getting blockchain projects actually done right here in Hyderabad. So I'm sure there must be many researchers and many students here working on those technologies, crypto, blockchain, and so on. So AI is the latest baby in town, and we have to ensure that everyone benefits from it. So regardless of whether you are a male or a female, whether you are white, brown or black, rich or poor, the AI has to help you. So one question in AI always has been, there are famous stories, 4-5 years old vintage. Now those biases have been removed. That if you ask Google, give me 10 photos of CEOs, all 10 would be males. Now probably they have gone overboard, they might show 7-8 females. The number of female CEOs is not that much. But that's okay, slight overcorrection is okay while trying to correct the biases. For example, if you are, let us say an AI is developed for that you click a photo of a skin disease and just upload it and it tells you the disease. It may work better for white skin than for black skin. So when we talk of biases, that is the part of research that we put in data, we curate data in a sense that it helps everyone. So it should not introduce or accentuate those inequalities in the system. Same thing for language. So on internet, it is still basically English. In Indian internet, it is basically English driven, very unlike Chinese and Japanese and Korean systems. Fortunately for mobiles did not force us to talk in English. Otherwise, mobile penetration in the country would have been hardly 10%. In mobile, you can talk in you can to the mobile, to the computer, talk to any AI system in your own language. A farmer in Telangana should be able to talk in Telugu and get the answers in Telugu from an AI system, deal with that on the health side and so on. That's what we call an inclusive AI, inclusive systems. When we talk of social empowerment, that's all we are talking about. Till last month, I was Secretary Disabilities in Government of India, based in Delhi. So about 6 months ago, I organized an international conference in Bangalore on use of AI in the disability sector. So we had who's who of the world, so all the Meta, Google, OpenAI, Microsoft, everyone was there, and 70, 80 startups from across the country were there, designing solutions for blind people, hearing people. Use of AI for better prosthetics if someone's leg is cut, or you have adaptive foot amputation. So how to do better AI-based solutions. Then if someone's cochlear implant is done, some child is there, you have to learn language from zero. So the audio verbal therapy. So students from IIT Delhi had prepared a very good app which really guides the parent and the therapist and the child to really fast track his development of understanding of language. Now mental health affects almost everyone. So a lot of mental health chatbots and online, basically a lot of stuff is coming. Very interesting that in the disability sector, so can you upload child's note 3 4 pictures and the system tells you the child has probably dyslexia and this is a way to sort of 10 to 3 years, or it will remain for life, but this is a way to sort of handle it more gracefully. So some phenomenally good solutions came there. So same with now, I see many faculty members here. I am sure that you know that your students are cheating. If you give them an exercise, they will use ChatGPT to just give you answer. To weave this into your teaching. And you say कि बेटा क्लास में भी सामने बैठ के you use ChatGPT or Gemini or whatever. But still the so how do you guide as faculty? How do you guide your students? You do not ban ChatGPT to basically do that. Some IITs or some campuses actually try to ban internet. Students are much more smart. So how to beat the systems? How do you collaborate with the students that they use AI in learning fashion? Not as cheating method, but they learn from it and they become better and better. So I believe education, health. So no, basically no field will be left out. So some people say AI consumes lots of energy. It really, but you give better nuclear power designs. It will probably faster research on green hydrogen. Probably it will tell us how to design storage batteries which don't use rare earth materials and which are faster to charge and so on. So a lot of people have started using it to create could be thermal energy, hydro energy, kind of energy, solar energy. So no longer be a problem that AI consumes is going to be almost free. Bit from future, not very near future, but in maybe 5 to 10 years, we will have abundant energy due to use of AI. I think I should stop here because I'm supposed to speak 2 more times and I don't want to run out of all the ideas uh, right now. But if any one of you wants me to speak on any topic for next 2 3 minutes, just one ideation from any of you, I will try to speak on that. or no one person takes. So that is more sense. Then we are using AI just like Facebook or any YouTube ads. How to throw, let us say it's a scholarship related ad. So how do I throw that awareness campaign to people who will really be interested in this or who are age bracket? So basically better targeting using AI. Then in Maharashtra also, in Delhi also, we had systems where basically if the system has enough data about you, it keeps on suggesting you that you are eligible for this. Can I help you in this? So I did actually DigiLocker was designed by me about 12 years ago, in 2012-13. So whole idea was that you put your entire data, entire certificates, income tax, income criteria, everything into DigiLocker. DigiLocker talks to all the schemes and keeps on telling you that you are eligible for these schemes. It will tell you that for this scheme, you need 4 documents. 3 are already there in the DigiLocker. Please give me 4th document. I will make sure that. So that is now agentic AI. So we are really working in government on those kind of agentic AIs, which help the citizens or the students basically latch on to all the benefits they can avail of. So I hope in near future, not future, you will see at least 4 or 5 states bringing AIs and talking to citizens very conversationally and helping them in getting benefits. Thank you so much.
Thank you, Mr. Aggarwal, for a stimulating talk. Reflect on the next session.
At a time when technology and policy increasingly intersect on the global stage, it is a privilege to welcome a voice deeply engaged in international governance and collaboration.
Our next speaker is a prominent contributor to international AI governance and digital policy, with a strong focus on promoting responsible, ethical, and collaborative approaches to artificial intelligence at global level. His work reflects a deep commitment to ensuring that AI innovation remains aligned with democratic values, human rights, and a broader public interest.
We are honored to welcome Ambassador Thomas Schneider, Director, Federal Office for Communications, Switzerland.
Good morning, everyone. Dear colleagues and friends from India and all around the world, whoever is listening or watching us online. It is a great honor for me and for Switzerland to co-chair this important working group on inclusion and social empowerment and to have the opportunity to join you in person in this final Hyderabad meeting today. Let me begin by expressing our appreciation to the government of India for great leadership and in convening this global platform. As Swiss, we very much like and support the purpose of the AI Impact Summit, which it nicely captures in the three sutras: people, planet, and progress. Because we agree that people must come first. We must put people first. AI and technologies should not be goals in itself, but should be there to improve the quality of people's lives. And not just of a few people in a few countries, but of all people in all countries. Then we agreed that we must respect the planet that we live on and make sure that our way of living, including the development and use of new technologies, is done in a sustainable way so that we can keep the planet in a condition or continue to serve as our home and base of our activities for the generations to come. Finally, we agree that AI should be used for progress, including economic and social development. The use of AI and data offers opportunity for probably unprecedented progress, which we have to seize, overcoming a number of challenges that many people face in their lives today. And we agreed for a progress not just for a few, but for everyone, and one that must do this in a way that all people's dignity, fundamental rights, and autonomy is respected and that no one is left behind. So we think that these goals and values are perfectly in line with what the international community agreed on 22 years ago at the first World Summit on the Information Society that was held in Geneva in December 2003. There, we had formulated a vision of a people-centered, inclusive, and development-oriented information society. That was what we called it then, that would use ICTs for the benefit of everyone and leave no one behind. Since the WSIS outcomes have become a kind of Bible, all cooperation on global governance on what we first called information or knowledge society, and internet governance, and now digital governance, including the governance of AI. Just last month at the UN General Assembly in New York, at the so-called WSIS plus 20 review process, all countries in the world together affirmed the relevance of the WSIS vision also for the governance of new technology like AI. Switzerland has not only been the host, key driver and negotiator of the WSIS in 2003, I myself been the right hand at that time, working very newly for Ofcom, State Secretary responsible for the whole WSIS process. And I remember that was a very intense work, but we were very proud of what we have helped the global community to achieve. And since then, Switzerland has been an active promoter of a values and rules-based global cooperation in the digital area that allows all people, societies, and economies of the world to use digital technology for their development while respecting the dignity and fundamental rights of the people, as well as respecting our planet as the basis of everything we do. So to come back to the Impact Summit, for us, the goals embody a vision, a common vision of both our countries. AI must not be the privilege of a few, but an opportunity for all. Ensuring that the technological process translates into human progress, however, requires a collective effort, foresight, and cooperation, values that both India and Switzerland share. Switzerland is working with others to ensure that every individual, regardless of age, gender, education, origin, or other specificities, can benefit from the opportunities that it brings. This includes promoting digital literacy, supporting inclusive research, and developing ethical frameworks that keep human their rights and their autonomy in the center of technological evolution. We meet the pivotal moment. AI, as heard, is no longer a theoretical discussion as in the 50s, because there we didn't have the computing power and other requirements. It is already now transforming lives around the world. In rural communities, AI-powered translation platforms are enabling small-scale producers to access markets and government services in their own languages. Persons with disabilities, assistive technologies are opening new pathways to autonomy and participation. In classrooms, personalized learning systems are helping to ensure that every child, regardless of its background, can reach their full potential. Many of these inspiring examples demonstrate what we already know. When responsibly designed and deployed, AI can be powerful for good, expanding access to information, services, and opportunities, help to bridge the geographic, linguistic, socioeconomic, and physical barriers that have too long excluded millions from full participation in our societies. Yet, we must also remain vigilant the risks of bias, inequalities, and exclusion. We must create systems that reflect the diversity of societies and amplify human potential rather than replicate existing divides. In this context, let me recall that already in 2003, the WSIS Declaration, all states agreed that we'll only be able to seize the potential of digital technologies and successfully face the challenges that come with them if all stakeholders work together constructively and responsibly. For Switzerland, the key of successful digital governance including AI and data governance, is built on an inclusive, multilateral, and multi-stakeholder cooperation. Bringing together governments, academia, industry, and civil society, taking into account their different respective roles, ensures that diverse perspectives inform decision-making and that no voice is left unheard. This collaborative approach is key to building AI systems that serve the common good and reflect shared human values. This approach is very well reflected in the proposed Alliance for Advancing Inclusion through AI. The Alliance represents our collective commitment to move beyond fragmented efforts towards coordinated, scalable action. It is a platform for government, industry, researchers, civil society, and academia to collaborate and share knowledge, provide technical assistance, mobilize resources, ensure that inclusive designs is a foundational principle when it comes to AI. Therefore, Switzerland fully supports, is committed to participate in the proposed alliance, which is rooted in our fundamental values as well as with our practical experience. As a multicultural nation, we're small, but we still have 4 languages that are spoken across diverse communities. We have many people from all over the world with different cultures that live together peacefully. We understand intimately the barriers that languages and cultures can create and the transformative power of technologies that can overcome them. As a hub of innovation, home to leading research institutions and technology company, we recognize both the immense promise of AI and our responsibility to ensure it serves all people, not just the privileged few. A brilliant pilot project in the city, however, does not automatically benefit another community facing the same challenges. A breakthrough solution developed in one context often can only be replicated elsewhere. Different circumstances in the other context are duly taken into account and the project is adapted accordingly. And we must make sure, due to lack of documentation, incompatible infrastructure, or absence of technological capacity, other barriers, the new context must be able to adapt and transform the original idea, the original project into the context so that it can reach the same success in a new context. Switzerland stands ready to its use cases, good practices, and technical expertise, as well as learn from others through this proposed platform that this alliance will build. The supporting principles outlined in the funding document, which we'll discuss, I guess, later today, such as inclusivity by design, diversity, and concept sensitivity, are not bureaucratic formalities. They reflect hard-earned lessons about what makes AI truly inclusive. We therefore endorse these principles wholeheartedly, not as aspirations, but as operational commitments that will guide our contributions to the Alliance. We would be honored to be a part of the founding members of the Alliance, and we look forward to working with all partners to turn this vision into realities. In our view, initiatives to share experience and to support each other, like this new alliance will offer, are one important pillar of instruments that we need in order to achieve our shared goals of a people-centered, inclusive, and development-oriented society and economy. For Switzerland, a small country with an open society and an open economy, it is fundamental to continue to build our efforts to strengthen our international cooperation based on shared values and on a rights and rules-based international framework. In these times where unfortunately some big and powerful actors in this world have the tendency to ignore rules as well as values that we have been creating the past 80 years and that have been the basis for a peaceful cooperation across countries and continents, in these times, it is for us more important than ever to work as hard as we can and with all those who also believe in values like mutual respect for freedom and dignity, as well as fair competition, so that we can develop a governance architecture for the digital world that will allow us to bring us all prosperity and peace with no one left behind. This is why Switzerland, and in particular also Ofcom, our office, has been active in many fora to support several instruments that support an innovative but responsible and trustworthy use of AI, inter alia in forum like the UN, UNESCO, ITU, and other technical and standard setting bodies, the OECD and the Global Partnership on AI, which is now in an integrated partnership with the OECD, Council of Europe, UNCSTD, IGF, and others. I personally had the honor to chair the negotiations on the Council of Europe's Framework Convention on AI, Human Rights, Democracy, and the Rule of Law, which is the first ever legally binding international treaty in this field. Even though it was developed in the framework of the Council of Europe, it is important to understand that this treaty is not a treaty for Europe. It is a treaty for all countries in the world that value innovation as well as human rights, democracy, and rule of law. During the negotiations, we already had around 55 countries from around the world participating, and since the finalization of the treaty 2 years ago, almost 2 years ago, we have a growing number of countries, including leading G77 countries like Brazil and others, that officially participate in the Council of Europe framework to implement and develop this instrument on a worldwide basis. I would therefore also like to invite our Indian colleagues to get involved and work together with others in this framework. In this context, we would also like to shed light on the ITU's AI for Good Summit, which is an important annual venue to share experience and knowledge about AI applications. And we all invite you to join us in Geneva from 7 to 12 this year, where this time in conjunction with the first UN dialogue on AI, which was decided by the UN General Assembly, will also take place in Geneva during the same period. The future of AI will be shaped by the choices we make today, the instruments we prioritize, the partnerships we forge, and the values we embed in every algorithm, every application, every deployment. Let me therefore again thank our Indian friends for the initiative to host the AI Impact Summit this year. And let me also take this opportunity to underline that Switzerland stands ready to host the next edition of the AI Summit in Geneva in 2027. We are convinced that Geneva is the ideal place to follow up on New Delhi, to continue to work for an innovative and responsible use of AI for the benefit of everyone. Geneva, with its many international organizations, of which many have a key role to play in digital and AI governance, like the ITU and many other organizations that work on AI in order to improve our health system, our environmental situation, our labor conditions, and so on. And with a dynamic and interdisciplinary ecosystem processes that work to find practical solutions to concrete challenges, we are convinced that a summit in Geneva, we can build on the successes produced in New Delhi and carry them further with many committed partners in Geneva and elsewhere in the world. So thank you once again to all of you for your commitment to this vision and to this working group. I look forward to our discussions and to the concrete progress we will make together. Thank you very much.
Thank you, Ambassador Snyder, for sharing your valuable insight and for offering an international perspective on AI governance and cooperation.
We now invite Shri Bharat Reddy, Joint Director, Government of Telangana, a distinguished administrator, known for his contributions to policy implementation, institutional development, and public service initiatives across the state. His work in strengthening governance frameworks and driving impactful government programs has played a significant role in Telangana's development. We request him to kindly come forward and deliver his address.
Thanks, Hyderabad for this opportunity. And distinguished guests on the Shri Ramesh Aggarwal ji, Chief Secretary of Maharashtra, and the Ambassador for Switzerland, Shri Strager, and Nitin Garu from MeitY. So thanks for the opportunity for talking on behalf of Telangana. So Telangana has been a state which has always been on the forefront of using the new technologies. So it has been Hyderabad has been IT hub and AI hub as well. So recently, Telangana has started AI innovation hub, and also it's in planning of building an AI city, a 200-acre vision AI campus in Hyderabad. Apart from this, so as I said, Telangana Artificial Intelligence Innovation Hub is in a reality now in Telangana. So we have a new leader for that, Funny, who is leading that. And in the Davos summit that is coming up, we are also having a breakout session on the AI front. So, I mean, I represent e-governance in Ghana, like I'm a joint director for e-governance. So, um, uh, there are a lot of initiatives in governance taking on the AI front. So, in departments like mining, in departments of health, in home department. So, inviting a lot of startups which have their AI solutions which can improve the governance in Telangana. So we also are planning of having our own GPUs in house so that the compute of the governance world is a reality now. So I mean we'll continue to support uh, all these initiatives and also be a part of this global AI together. So we'll have vision going from Telangana, and thank you everyone for the opportunity for the given to me, and please reach out to me if any startup wants to has an idea and want to contribute in AI space and solve this problem of social barriers or social inequity that we have, because governance is the only place we have a lot of use cases where you can rightly contribute to that. So please feel free to reach out and share your ideas so that I can help you out in having that solution ready. It's okay. Thank you everyone for the opportunity. Thanks.
Thank you, Mr. Reddy, for your insightful talk. May I now request Professor Ganesh Galme, Head of Department Artificial Intelligence, to kindly come forward and present a bouquet and memento to our dignitaries as token of sincere appreciation. Shri Rajesh Aggarwal.